Let's talk herd.
We have an old mare that loves taking risks. It's the best thing she can do in a herd. Her mission, or what she contributes with, is finding new ways, provoking stagnation. She loves ecstasy. She's the one that she loves. She's 30 years old now, and the best thing she knows is to gallop as fast as she can downhill. And and in order to do that with this old body that she has now, she needs to do a lot of practices of balance and how to use her back, and particularly how to use her belly and all her umbilical muscles. So she's fully on doing that, and she loves doing that with a rider, because not so many of the other horses are interested in this, and so she does it with me. And if you want to practice to lose control, that is a very good exercise in that. But that means that riding for her adds something to her life that she couldn't find if she was only in the field. So I think that is a possibility. But for that to be a possibility, you need to first travel this long road of unfolding who you are and what you really want, and how you can share that with someone else. And she was here for many years. She was here, I don't know for how long she was here, but she was 20 when she came up to the fence and explained that she wanted to do this retraining and start her riding again. And she's an interesting example, because she was 20 and she has a very explosive energy, obviously, with this personality. And she wanted me to sit on her, and I was a little bit nervous because of that. And I sat on her for about 30 seconds. And then, without doing anything, she just said, "You have to jump off now." And I could feel her energy rising. And I jumped off. And then came all my old riding school teachings that you shouldn't give up. You should, all of those. You can't show that you're afraid. All of these things came.
It's amazing that it came back.
Yes, because it sticks. And so I jumped off and I felt useless. And the next day, the same thing. Not the next day, say another day that week. Normally the horses that choose riding, they never choose it for more than once or twice per week.
No, I find that.
So I'm very skeptic that there are so many horses that would prefer to be ridden every day, even if they would choose to. That's another subject. But the next time she came up to the fence and again wanted me to sit, the same thing happened. 30 seconds and I had to jump off. And now I was prepared for that in a way, so I wasn't feeling so useless. And this went on for a couple of weeks. And then I started to realize that what we do when we break in horses, and we also call it that, is that they must limit their energy so we have a possibility to join them.
Exactly.
If they come with their full ability, it's too much for us.
True. Yeah.
So we have to lunge them for half an hour, or we have to use draw reins so they can't buck. We take them away from the herd. We make their energy less and less and less until we can finally sit there. But she didn't want that. She wanted to be able to use her explosiveness together with the human being. That was her wish, which meant that she could only maintain, I wouldn't say control, but she could only master her energy to the level that a human being could join her for 30 seconds.
That's amazing.
Then she needed an outlet. Yeah. And that was so fascinating to realize. Yeah. So it's like, okay, then if you think about it that way, 30 seconds is quite good.
It's a long time.
So we continued like this. And after a couple of weeks, all of a sudden it was 20 minutes. And all of a sudden it was half an hour. Because she had adjusted her way of knowing herself to be able to use her energy together with me. And what we do now is when we take away the aids, like you say, you don't use aids, you sit there and you investigate it. What we investigated was that she can't belittle and diminish her vital force, because that would go against her nature.
Yeah.
So that is not a solution. She needs to maintain the same amount of energy, but distribute it differently in her body.
Okay.
And we can do that through breathing.
Yes.
It means that if she's galloping very fast and needs to slow down, I realized that when we came around a bend at very high speed, and I thought that we would basically fall over in the bend. And I started to really panic. And then I get closer to the bend, and then I'm thinking, but Emelie, honestly, if she was loose in the field, you would never doubt that she could stop whenever she wanted. So why do you think she can't stop just because you're sitting on her?
Yeah, exactly.
What is it in your mind that makes you think that we will die in this bend? Because she's not suicidal. She don't want to kill herself in this bend. It's you.
Yeah, wow.
And then I understood from her that if I open up the breathing through my diaphragm, which is a circular muscle, it will give her the sense of having enough space.
Okay.
And when she has enough space, she will lengthen her stride.
Wow. Okay.
And when she does that, her energy will go down towards the ground, and then she can stop.
Okay.
So she will not stop by me breaking her, by pulling reins towards me.
No.
She will stop by breathing out, so that the last stride will be able to maintain all her energy, and then she can stop. But this is, of course, based on the fact that both of us wants this to happen. I can never force her to stop or control her speed by breathing. It completely depends on her willingness to do this together with me.